What's up everybody, Jake with Big Oak. Hope all you guys are doing well. As you can tell, we're back here at the property for episode 3 of the revival series this weekend. Main priority in this episode is going to be getting the rest of our plots planted. So we've got that one break plot with the mock scrape on the north side, and then we've got 2, hopefully we might be able to squeeze out 3, but probably only 2 duck plots. I know last time I said we were going to do Jap millet, but I actually ended up getting brown top. It was just what was available. Ideally, we'll be seeding 50 pounds per hole per acre. The holes are just right around an acre each. So maybe might end up just doing 40 and then saving 20 pounds for another hole. But other than that, pretty much all we're going to do this weekend is just pull cards on the cameras, get those checked out, see what we got going on, and then just make sure the trails are cleared. Just walking around the property right here, right at sunrise, we've got about 2 inches of water that have drained off the timber, which is good. Should help out our situation in the duck holes. Should make that a little bit easier, a little bit better as far as the crop will go. And then also there's just a little bit of trimming left down here on Little Hill on the south side. It's mainly just like the saplings and the limbs that are in the trails now, not really so much spraying. So yeah, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go ahead and head out to Big Tree. That's main priority to get planted for sure. And then on our way down, we'll check out the no plows and also take a card and switch it out with that camera at the box blind. Alright guys, so we got all the millet and the cedar and everything down here to the box blind, and unfortunately it looks like our no plow didn't catch too well. It caught a little bit, you know, scattered out a little bit back up in there from where I'm standing, not so much, but it's about the same. It's pretty patchy on back through there. Yeah, the box blind no-till, it's pretty patchy, but you know, there's spots of it that are growing. So you know, it wasn't a complete fluke. It's the parts that are growing are looking pretty good. So I just pulled this card from this camera. We're gonna check that later when we go back to the house. But right now we're gonna go ahead and head out to Big Tree. Just hurry up and get rolling on these plots. So we made it out here to Big Tree. As you can tell, the spray that we did last time worked pretty well. Pretty much got all of it. Last time we were definitely walking through some mud out here, and this time it's pretty dry, so obviously a lot of water did drain out, which isn't necessarily the end of the world. I would have liked to see at least a little bit more mud, a little bit more moisture, but that's okay. We're gonna make do with what we got. This is about the last chance that we're gonna have to plant, so this is when we're doing it. So I think it'll turn out all right though. We're gonna go ahead and sow. We're gonna do two spreader bags, so about 40 pounds probably. Just go ahead and get that out through here. I mean, I think got a nice opening up here. Come down, canopy, open canopy, plenty of room right here. Get some water in here. All this will be flooded with the millet. There's Big Tree right there, big boy, and then plenty of room back here to hide out in these trees. We can even go all the way back in through there. This spot's gonna flood coming from like behind back this way, so we're gonna have all these woods back here to hide in, and just have room for the decoys and the millet right here in the hole. So it should be pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and get to sowing this out. All right guys, just got 2 bags, about 40 pounds of millet sown out in all this. There's kind of like a few saplings out there in the middle that are dead right there, and then on the other side it's just like this again. So I seeded both sides of that, and even went all the way around over here into the woods a little bit, and then same over there. Just wanted to give us plenty of room to work with, and there's not bare dirt everywhere. I wanted to go ahead and hit those spots where there was bare dirt pretty hard, just to make sure that we get a root system going pretty easy. So feeling pretty good about this actually. I think most of it's gonna probably gonna end up catching, and then all the rest of this is dead, and it's holding moisture too anyways. So I think we might be all right. I don't think there's any rain in the forecast for the next few days, but hopefully we'll get some soon, even just a little sprinkle, and these seeds will catch, and we'll be good to go. I mean, I can see some ducks falling in through these trees down in here. Ooh, we'll be wearing them out for sure. All right, guys, so we made it back to the lean-on plot, and as you can tell behind me, here, let me turn it around. This one caught a little bit better, so we planted all this right here, and then you can see it goes back out and around right there. It's not so much right here. I think what the big thing was just the sunlight, which is kind of what I thought it might be. The spots like here in the middle right here, it just doesn't get as much sunlight as it does around the edge. But regardless, way more of this actually caught on and is growing pretty well, and it's looking pretty good. So I think this spot right here might be a pretty good one too. Happy with this. It's not the best. It could be better, but it's pretty good. It's definitely better than nothing. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go look at another duck hole, see how much water it has. Hopefully it has a little bit less than what I think it does, so we can go ahead and sow some millet out in that one too. So that would be the third one that we were talking about earlier. So let's get going on that. Probably gonna head back up to the car, get some Gatorade real quick though. Kind of getting thirsty. All right, guys. So it's Saturday evening now. I was just worn out this morning after playing those plots. Didn't really film too much. Had to wade off in some pretty sketchy stuff to water seed. Just about 20 pounds of millet earlier. We're gonna go ahead and do the rest of it, so we should have about 40 pounds left. We're gonna go ahead and seed the plot that we sprayed up here on the north side last time, the spot with the blind in it. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna try to work on getting ready to brush it too. I got something that I think I'm gonna try out this year. We'll go over that a little bit later, but right now what we're gonna do, got this rape plot up here on the north side that we're gonna plant. I was here earlier and pulled the card from this camera and checked it out. The spray last time it did great. So this is gonna have no problem popping up real quick in that hidey hole. All right, so out here at the hidey hole now. Last time I said I didn't want to put this blind up out here until I saw the pictures on the camera and saw how the deer were moving through here. But when I set up the camera, I messed up because I set it to time lapse and motion, and I thought the time lapse was going to be like once every few hours, but it was actually once a minute. So that thing clocked 6,400 pictures and made it about a day and a half. So the camera card filled up, so didn't see a single deer in that day and a half. So I got that fixed this time. We're just gonna have to come back. Planning on coming back around Labor Day. So we'll pull the card then, check it, and get that blind up that weekend. Kind of hate to be pushing it back, but it is what it is. All right, just like that, got that all sewn out. Didn't take but just a few minutes. So now that's pretty much all we're gonna do here. Now just let this grow. That's all we got. Next time we come down here, this should be good. Give it a rain or two. Hopefully we get some in the next 2 weeks, and this should be coming up. So let's head back to the car, load this up with millet, and get to seeding the duck blind hole. All right, guys. So we got some millet loaded up, and we're out here at the duck blind now. This plot out here, it's looking pretty good for a millet seed. What we sprayed last time looks like it caught pretty well around there. And this, I mean, the rest of it is pretty much just like smartweed. I think that might be like some coffee bean. So we've already had like a bunch of smartweed and everything in here, but I haven't noticed like the ducks paying really much attention to it or wanting to come in here. And I don't know if it's just like the location of this hole being so close to the road or what. So we're gonna put the millet out anyways. We're just gonna see how they act this year. With, you know, if they don't like the millet, if they act the same way, we'll figure out if it's just the location. You know, maybe this just might not be the best spot for a duck hole. This was just the logger staging area, and we're just using it for a duck hole now. So we're also gonna, I got some chicken wire. I've been thinking about how I wanted to brush this year. This is our blind that's out here. It's not the nicest, fanciest thing ever, but it sure does get the job done. This right here, it's about 20 feet long, about 6 feet wide. We can hunt we can hunt 8 people in here comfortably, 10, 12 if they're small. It's a pretty nice blind. So what I did, just because we just kind of threw this thing together real quick, and last year brushing it was pretty hard to get it all brushed. So what we're gonna do, I got this chicken wire right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it like in all the openings, so like along the back, this wall right here, that wall right over there. Probably gonna end up spray painting this anyways, just so it's not silver shining up at the ducks. And then we're gonna just put brush into the chicken wire, just weave it through, zip tie, all sorts of stuff. I think that's really gonna help us to cover this blind up, really hide it pretty well. I'm gonna get to seeding this first. I just got 1 round with me, and then we're gonna have to walk back and fill up the seeder again, come back, finish it out. So let's get started. Alright guys, so it's Saturday morning now. Last night finished seeding the millet out there in the blind plot, and then came back up here to the pull-in and just kind of sprayed a little bit of what's behind me, extended out the pull-in just so now we can drive all the way in behind these 2 trees right here. We drive all the way in, turn around, don't have to do any backing up or anything like that. I didn't work on the blind any because I totally forgot to even get anything to cut the chicken wire with. So I came back this morning more prepared. We got some cutters, and we're gonna head back out there, put that chicken wire up on the blind, and then probably go back to the south side. I really just want to shoot some skeet out there, so let's get going. You can kind of see what I'm planning on with this chicken wire. I'm just putting it around like the openings, so this window, and then this wall behind me, and then the other window, and then I want to do like put some strips up here for like some shooting holes. Normally you just use like 2x4s, but I just don't have any, and I have this, so I might as well try it out. I'm sure it'll work. So then we're just going to put brush on the chicken wire. It just gives us a place to weave it through or zip tie it or just attach it to the blind. So it should work pretty well, I'm thinking. Shouldn't take too long to finish knocking this out. So. Alright, pretty much wraps this up. As you can tell, we got chicken wire just from this first post right here all the way around over to the other side. And kind of funny, it's a little ghetto. You can tell I didn't want to cut this, but I also wanted it to go like out here, just so it'll cover people, you know, back in the blind a little bit. So I wanted it to come out past just this post, but I didn't want to have to like cut this at an angle and it be all sharp. So I just kind of like folded it down. It'll do all right. It'll break up the shape a little bit, not much, but oh well. What I was gonna do for the shooting windows with the chicken wire, I don't think that's gonna work. It's not wide enough for the gap to span the gap, and I don't really want to sit here and spend an hour cutting chicken wire. I went ahead and measured the gap, so I'm going to try to get some 2x4s and just put them just right here, just like this one is, just like that one. But put you know, about 6, 8 of them maybe, just to break up, get some shooting windows in here. Have about 10 spots to shoot out of. That wouldn't be too bad. 8 to 10. 10 might be a stretch if we're doing it permanently, but we'll see. That pretty much wraps up what we were going to do up here on the north side. So now we're going to get back to the car, head back to the south side, and just kind of mess around back there. It's only 7:45 right now, still plenty early. Not too hot yet, so just kind of hanging out now. Alright guys, so we're back up here on Little Hill now, and we pretty much got all the work done that we had this weekend. Got all the millet planted. Got 3 plots, 2 down here on the south side. One was big tree, the other was just a spot. I didn't film it, I had to wade off. Actually, is at the foot of this spot right here down there. I had to wade off in some pretty nasty stuff. I didn't want to take the camera out there. I actually ended up getting in way over my knee boots, soaked those, and just was worn out already, so I ended up going home after that. Came back last night and sowed out the millet in the duck blind hole. Got that, planted that rate plot, switched out all the camera cards, and put that chicken wire up on the blind, and that's pretty much all we have planned. So still pretty early in the morning, like I said, so we're just gonna hang out here. I got some clays, I got a few shells, got the gun, and we just finished cleaning out this spot, getting the little trees that were in the middle of here, getting them out. So now you kind of see how this is gonna look, or how it does look now. It's looking straight off this hill, right down there, into the bottom. Gonna sit here, kind of hang out for a little bit, shoot some skeet, and just enjoy the morning. Appreciate you guys watching. Your support really does mean a lot. We've really come a long ways in the past 3 episodes now of this revival series. The land, it's looking definitely way better than it did this time last year, so that's pretty much all you could ask for. And, feel free to follow us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, at bigoak.outdoors. You can follow my personal Instagram. I post a lot of updates and all that kind of behind the scenes stuff. So I appreciate you guys' support. If you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Y'all take it easy. See you next time.